whenever you're ready.
Hello everyone, you're welcome back to The Wise Builders. The Wise Builder is a Christian channel where I talk on faith, family and career. Today I will be talking about relationship, which falls within the category of family. And let me just say thank you to everyone that's commented positively or negatively. It makes me have a flavor of what is going on out there. The most important thing I want to talk to us about today is, in as much as it's not very easy for me to come open and talk about my life, I want you to know that this is not a comedy. This is a program that is aimed at saving lives and relationships. Like I said in my first video, my marriage was fake. I was married and I was happily married. And bear it in mind, I married a very loving, romantic, handsome husband, a good father, a doting father and husband to his children and to myself. But we have a system, a marriage system or marital system, especially some of us that comes from Africa, that is completely not right. And most people are not talking about it. I'm talking to you tonight about weep not for me. And I'm going to speak to us from Luke 23, 27 to 29. When Jesus Christ was going to be crucified, he said something that is very interesting. And people were crying. He said, "Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me." Do not weep for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. Because he knows the implication. My husband is late now, is gone to rest. If given the chance to come back to life, I know the kind of person he was. He will take a megaphone and he will speak to you about where he's gotten it wrong. Weeks before he died, he was still talking to me about regrets. And one of the things he does say to his children and prays for them honestly, especially his boys, is, "You will not miss it where I missed it." A loving father, are you a loving father out there? You built a good relationship. Most of us, we started very well. Let me tell you something, people that end up being polygamists, most of them are not born to be a polygamist. Some are entangled. So I'm speaking to you. What are you entangled with? Do not weep for my late husband. Don't weep for me. I've got a mandate to do what I'm doing, even though I do not like it myself. But I have passion for souls. I see families out there. I see people out there and I weep in my heart. And that is why I'm calling out to you today. Do not weep for me. Start weeping for yourself. Weep for your children. I'm posing a question at you now. Our next generation, do we think there's marital values? People no longer want to marry. They are not inspired. This cry is not because of us. We've chosen a path. But it's because of these children. I wake up every day and I see my two loving children longing for their father. I long for my husband. He's no longer there. And I start thinking, could we have done some other things right that we failed to do? As a church, we are full of hypocrisy. As family, we know the truth. But we cover it up because we care for what society will say. What is society saying about my situation now? I'm speaking to you if you're a man or a woman out there. Marriage is ordination from God. Genesis 2:24 says, "And so a man shall leave his father's house and cleave unto a woman." He said, "Then two of you shall become one." What is coming between you and your oneness? You are tearing your body apart by allowing strangers to come. You are defiling your body. And what you do not know, each time you go out, you open an inroad for the enemy. The enemy comes into your marriage. Some of you go to church, we go to church, we pray, we are Christians, we hold values, but we are the ones. The problems that is coming to the home is because you, the man or the woman especially, has put in a gap. And the enemy is very, very cunning. Let me tell you something. Once there's a inroad, they come in, they creep in, and what does the devil do? He comes to steal. He steals your joy, to kill and to destroy. Why would you destroy everything you have built? Most marriages that turn out sour did not start being sour. Speak to the couple, even if they are separated. You'll find a tale of romance, dedication from the start. How did your marriage go sour? What went wrong? Is it marital values that were wrong? Or is it friends' influence? What went wrong in your marriage? In my own case, like I would say, it was because of pressure. The man became confused. During the funeral, a family member said something to me, and I wept bitterly. That my husband said to him that I have gone to God, and I knew he's gone to God. Several times he speaks to me. He's made atonement. He's run his race. He finished very, very well. He did all he could do, but he was stuck along the line. He keeps looking at families. He keeps looking at people. What are they going to say? But let me tell you something. At the end of the day, you owe it to yourself and to God. Remember, your children are watching. Don't spoil the institution of marriage for them. I speak to young bachelors and singles now. They are not inspired. Some of them are saying they just want a child out of wedlock. This is marriage. This is an institution by God to be preserved. But we have spoiled it along the line. Nobody else matters in your marriage aside from you, your wife or your husband and your children. Come together, go before the Lord, beloved, and seek the face of God. Like I'm saying to you, don't weep for me. Don't weep for my late husband. He's made it. I'll give you a quick parable. Remember, Jesus Christ was talking the parable about the rich man and Lazarus. And after the rich man died, Lazarus died. Lazarus went into heaven, and the rich man was casted into hellfire. And then when the rich man got there, started crying and was calling on Father Abraham that please send somebody from here to go and speak to them. You know what he was told? Nobody goes there and comes back. There are lots of us that are still here. Everybody has their own message. This is my own message. Because I am crying from a heart of pain because my loved husband is no longer there. Some people think, oh, because she doesn't have something to do. I can tell you I'm too busy to even have time. But I have compassion because this is what God wants me to do. I'm a professional. I still work. I'm a lawyer. I'm a pastor and I'm pastoring a growing church. And I've got 2 children. One a teenager, one 10 years old. You know my hands are so full. But when I look at what is going, I don't want my children to get it wrong. You built on a marriage for 30 good years, for 25 good years, and you're filing for divorce. What kind of life do you want your woman or your man to live after? What life are you planning for the children? Do you think those children coming out of that divorce will be inspired to get married? You are a joker. Why would you throw everything you have done and labored for because of one girl or one woman? Because of your family that do not know better? Sometimes when I speak to people, I see their values. They don't know. What are the values we have? I plead with you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Don't weep for me, weep for yourself. Go on your knees and look at yourself. Am I in the right relationship? Some of us, like I said before, we try to cover up. Don't let it be too late. It's better you face it now, especially most of us in churches today. Face it now. People might talk, tongues might wag. They will keep quiet at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm a widow. Everybody, all mourners have gone to their home. I've got my issues to sort out, and I've been sorting it out. So don't let yours end up in tragic like mine did, because somebody died. Because of the blood of the person that died. If he could see me, I'm sure he's giving me a thumbs up, because I'm giving him a voice that he could not voice out. Several times he cries on my laps and he wished he could rectify things. He found out that he was stuck, but he could not. I'm saying to you, please, beloved of God, do not weep for me. Weep, go on your knees, call your wife, restitute now before it is too late. Mine did restituted before he died. Restitute, and try as much as possible to ask for the face of God in what you're doing. Marriage is between a man and a woman. Any third party, even your mother, is a nuisance if she's influencing you wrongly. Stand against it. Remember that abusive relationship, you do not have to be beating a woman before a woman can say she's abused. Psychologically, most men, African setting, you are killing the wife. But because most of us are virtuous women, we don't want to cry out. Somebody said, oh, why are you saying this? Why could you not say it when the man was alive? I couldn't have said it. I wouldn't have been able to do this if my honorable husband was around, because I covered my home. But what did it link to? I tried as much as ever. I sought help with higher authorities, as in pastors and people that I knew could help. Obviously, I would not go stoop low to discuss my husband with church members or anybody, because that's my dignity. But now, it's gone. It's no longer there. I'm weeping for myself now. I'm weeping for the younger generation. I'm weeping for children that are just born, that are seeing the rubbish that we are doing in the name of marriage, that sees men kicking the woman, that sees men cheating on their wives, that sees us throwing our morals to the bin. Please, beloved of God, as I round up today, do not weep for me. Weep for yourself. Do everything possible. I'm speaking of marriage today. Do everything possible to please hold on to your marriage. Restitute. Call the woman. Your parents will laugh at you. They'll call you a weakling. Yes. Tell them that this is what the Bible says. Go to your scripture. It's Genesis 2:24. Don't cheat on your wife. When you cheat on your wife, you destroy your body. You destroy your body, and you destroy generations to come. The Bible says a good man leaves inheritance for his children. What inheritance are you leaving? Is it after you've gone? What morals are you living for these ones? Can you look into their eyes and say, I've lived a good life? Most of us said, I don't care. I don't care what happens. Everybody will find their feet. It's not a good life. You're not a good man. And you're not a good woman. Women that are sleeping about, you're in a marriage and you're sleeping about, hopping from, you're destroying your body. And everything. How would you say you love your children when you cannot preserve your body? Your body is the temple of the Most High God. Please, let us not weep at this time. Let us come together. Let us look and do the best. For this young generation, correct it. Let your children respect you. Let them be able to look into your eyes and say, Daddy, this is one of the best inheritance you've given unto us. That strange woman is because of the money. It's because of the things they want to. Most women compromise because of one thing they've given you. Why would a woman be out there and a man will be living with another woman 24/7 and you will not talk? You've compromised on your dignity. Don't compromise on your dignity. Stand for what you be. Remember, this is the wise builders. Let us build well. There's no stage that you cannot build. At whatever stage you're hearing me now, even if you're in your 60s, you're in your 50s, you're in your 40s, you're in your 20s, you can still make a turnaround. Go to your God. You owe it to God. And confess to your spouse. Then make the best out of it. Remember, the wise man builds a house on the rock. When tides comes, nobody can fall you down. So start building wisely. Don't be like a foolish one that after everything you've done for 20 years, you don't care. Your children. And remember, let me tell you something. If you live such a life, you're going to cry in your old age because you're going to be lonely. The children knows better. They're going to desert you. They always cling with the one that they know is the innocent one and the vulnerable one. Children are smart and they are very wise. The Lord will bless you. The Lord will keep you. The Lord will make his face to shine upon you. Please, until the time we meet, I'll keep doing this. Like I said to people, I share it on social media. Please help me to share it, to like it. It might save a soul. It might save a soul. Some people are going to just block that. If you see this and you find it wrong, then you're an abuser. You are an abuser. But if you're not, please like it, Share it so that it can save a soul, so that these children coming behind us will see a good legacy. When we are gone, they will be able to hold forth onto which God has committed to their hands. The Lord will bless you once again. Be a wise builder. Until we meet next time, God bless you and stay blessed.